what's going on here.
Pick up the script, and I want you to come in and find out what's going on here. And take your time. Look, you can pick up further into the script.
I started writing it and now it's all over.
It's all right. Pick one page. I want you to get over there with him and off the page. See it, and then really make him answer.
I've always heard girls went after guys who reminded them of their fathers. And I guess I kind of believed it. That idea.
Yes, don't worry about the next line. Say it to him. Get through to him.
And I guess I kind of believed it. Or I was spooked by it at least.
Why were you spooked? Go off text.
Because
Tell him.
then I become like my mother. I was spooked by that ghost.
Good.
So I've always made double goddamn sure that I'd never go after any guy that I thought was like you. Because then I turn into my mother, right? A thought that makes me think of a phrase, fate worse than death.
Now, did that land on him, or did you pull it back?
I pulled it back.
Don't pull it back. It's your turn to do to him what he's been doing to everyone else for years.
It's so hard because I kind of got over this.
Well,
Maybe not.
make it land on this father right here. If it doesn't land on him, it hasn't happened. This is you pulling from what you know, but in this moment, you've never said these things to him before, and this guy's never heard these things before. So make it land on him. And you're not done until you know that he's gotten it.
I've always made double goddamn sure that I'd never go after a guy that reminded me of you.
Don't look at me. I'm not here.
Because then I turn into my mother, right? A thought that makes me think of a phrase, fate worse than death. Anyways, I've always steered clear of this certain kind of guy for that reason. Like this guy, Tommy. I'm absolutely sure he's totally different than you. And then today I go into this pit where he's living.
Show him what happened today. Show him.
I go into this pit where he's living, and up on the wall is a drawing he did. A self-picture of me. And Mona, a real lousy picture, self-picture.
Now, I don't understand. Was it a picture of your sister or was it a picture of you?
I don't know.
Isn't Mona your sister?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a self-picture.
Of him. A picture of himself and a picture of Mona. Right?
I don't know.
Isn't he fucking around behind your back? So he has a self-portrait and he has a picture of your sister beside him.
It's a picture of him and her?
Yes, it's his self-portrait. He's narcissistic and he did a picture of himself and a picture of her. Where are you? You're not even up on the wall.
Yeah.
Your sound about that, see,
Oh!
that's exactly what he would have done to your mother, right? Go back to the text.
Oh, he loved my mother.
Yeah. But this dad did not, he embarrassed her, he humiliated her. You said you walked on her face with
ex-boyfriend
muddy
did that to me.
shoes. So deal with him. This was not a, this guy may have loved your mother, but he had a weird way of showing it. And we gotta get to the bottom of this. And for just a moment, I want to dip into, where would you put this confrontation? Where in your house would you confront your father? What room would you be in?
In the living room.
Show me the living room.
His or mine?
Wherever you would be confronting him. Show me that living room.
There's a window bench in my old house.
Is that, he's sitting on the window bench? And if you look out the window, what do you see? Take a
The
look out the
street.
window. Don't remember it. Look out the window and tell me what you see. Point to it.
Houses across the street and a big city tree in the front.
Show me what's around the
And
rest
my
of the room.
spiral trees from the window, you can
But
see
don't
them.
remember it. Point to them. Where are your spiral trees?
Spiral tree, spiral tree.
And show me the rest of the room. This
A
room,
big screen TV right here.
yeah?
L-shaped leather black sectional couch.
Good. Can you put the chair where the couch is? Put a chair. You can put the black chairs where the couch is, yeah. And what's back there where that chair is?
They're L-shaped.
So that's part of the couch?
Yeah, it's like a L, a big, takes up the whole room.
Good. So I want you to try one other thing. I want you to sit on the couch and talk to your dad. In this living room. You know what happened in this living room? The life that went on in this living room? Was your mom in this living room?
No, that's why I didn't know if I should use my dad's house.
No, your dad's house is fine. He's living in a separate house.
No, I mean, this is my house, my old house.
But he lived there. Oh, he never lived there?
He lived in that other house 2 blocks away.
Pick his house. Pick the house that has the most charge for you.
The couches are over there.
Move the chairs. And he's going to be here no matter what, so where is he if the couch is over there?
There's a couch there and a couch here.
Perfect, so he's on a couch and there's a couch here. And what's over there?
TV.
So start on the couch. And he's on this couch. Tell him, I always made sure that I would never be with anybody like you.
I would always make sure I would never be with anyone that reminded me of you. I always heard girls went after guys who reminded them of their fathers. And I guess I kind of believed that idea, or I was spooked by it. So I've always made double goddamn sure never to go near any guy that I thought was like you. Because then I turn into my mother, right?
And where did your mom, was your mom ever in this room? Where was her place to sit?
Well, she died when I was young, so I remember seeing pictures, she would always sit where he's sitting.
Keep going.
phrase that makes me think of, the thought that makes me think of the phrase fate worse than death.
Why? Elaborate.
Because then I die. I'd die if I had my whole, everything would die. I don't even know where I am right
That's okay. How are you doing?
now. All right.
Really all right? I don't think that's a state of being all right.
Almost all right.
Almost, oh, that's definitely a state. I think you're doing really well. And you have let yourself do several things, and I'm looking at the time and I'm seeing that we're almost out of time for this work session. But we put some things in place. And before we complete it, and before I start talking, I want one thing to happen, okay? Because you've worked with a lot of courage, and you've made yourself really vulnerable, and you went from a sort of neutral place to this place. So I want you to be able to bring yourself out of it. So put the script down. Marty, I know you just got beaten up as a dad, but would you be willing to rise above the occasion and stand up and tell her you're sorry?
You can do that now?
Yeah. Stand up, Carolyn. Tell her what she should hear from her father, who called her stupid.
You're smart. I'm sorry for what I said. I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying. You're smart, and I didn't treat you right. I was wrong. I was wrong. And I'm sorry. Sorry for what I did. Sorry for what I said. You didn't deserve it. You deserved to be loved. And I wasn't capable of doing that. It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. Sorry.
Can he give you a hug? Breathe this in. Really breathe it in and let yourself have it. Good. Now, Marty, take a circle around. And when he comes back, he's not going to be your dad, he's going to be the actor. So I want you to tell the actor what a great dad he is and tell him thank you so much. Yeah, come on. And thank him, because now we're going to move out of the world of father-daughter back into great job tonight. Thank you so much. So give him a thank you, yes.
Thanks.
Good. And then Marty, thank you. You can come and have a seat. Good. Wait, get back up there. What are you doing? So I think you did some amazing work tonight. And it's not about knowing the lines, it's about knowing what you need to do to this guy, what you want from him, why you're here. And there's no right way to do this monologue. You could laugh your way through this, and then cry your way through it, and scream your way through it, or very rationally talk to him. It's not the way you do it, it's what you're trying to do. And you just went over and saw your mother's life flash before your eyes in this asshole's house. And you've spent your whole life trying to keep that from happening. And now it feels like you're living out her destiny. That's what you said. And you tried to just cut off from him. You tried to not deal with him. But now you are going to have to come back and deal facing everything with what your history is and why he did what he did, and find some kind of resolution. It's a very courageous, plays are about turning points in people's lives. or they do something they've never done before, or they ask for something that they've never asked for before. And I thought that you worked so beautifully and so sensitively and with so much vulnerability. And you're still trying to find the words on the page. And then you started to use the space, and the space actually started to get a sense of coming into being. Because if you know where you are, then you can use your space. It can help you. As opposed to standing in front of someone with no place to go because you're sort of in the middle of nowhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
I
we
just
put-
feel like I don't know, like I'm not connecting with it at all. And
Really? Then what are you connecting with? Because you're connected to something. What are you connected to?
some of it.
Yeah. So it's not true that you're not connecting to it at all. And you have to be very careful what you say to yourself.
Yeah.
We all do. If you
I'm
start saying,
kicking myself
if I
the
say,
whole
I
time.
never, or I always, or if you do that, then it's sort of like pissing all over everything you do before you even finish doing it. And it will not make you a better actress. It'll just keep you stuck. So what you have to do is you have to start being like a crafts person and go, this really worked. I know what this is about. This, I still have no idea what this means to me. So I got to go back and look at that. And this moment, I know I got through to him. I saw it land on him. The rest of the time, I don't even know if I saw him. But saying, oh, bad actress, I'm kicking myself. It's, it's a waste of energy. And I
But I
thought,
keep doing it.
what?
I just keep doing it.
Well, your history repeats
It's my
itself.
father.
What?
It's my father.
Yeah, blame your father. So use the piece and put an end to it. Feedback for her. Anything? Yeah.